Luke Martin Jones is living in Australia and is a British expat, and he's been following the story of the Crooked House as well. Morning, Luke.
Morning, how are you?
I'm great, Luke. How much has this really reached Australia then?
Well, I think initially I heard it via SBS, which is like I suppose it's like a foreign news channel, and foreign language films, etc., etc. And then from there it sort of went, you heard small parts on Channel 9, Channel 7, and obviously the ABC as well. And I sort of picked it up from there and sort of dreamed I was streaming Sky News at the time. Sadly, can't get the BBC, which is a shame.
That is a shame. Have people been just as shocked as we have been?
Yeah, I mean, I can only speak sort of, with work colleagues, etc. I mean, they'd all heard about it, and they can't believe that someone would have, I suppose, the audacity to destroy part of what is, British heritage, really. And I think coming from Australia, where they don't have heritage in the same way, certainly not. I mean, I think the Crooked House was 1760s. It would just be unheard of. So how somebody was able to do that, it would just at a loss, really.
I was speaking to Megan earlier on in the show. She's painted more than 100 Save the Crooked House rucks, which have gone all over the world, including Australia. Have you found one yet?
Yeah. I haven't as yet. No, sadly not.
Why do you think this story? Why do you think this story is really connected with people? I mean, Megan's been painting these rocks. They've gone out to Australia. You're in Australia. People are talking about it all over there. Why do you think it's really resonated with everyone across the world?
Look, I mean, from my perspective, all I can do, I can go back to my childhood and the times I spent in a country pub with my mother and father. And there was a tiny pub very near to where I lived, and it was overlooking. It's called Titchfield Abbey, and I remember sort of sitting there for, summer after summer, and it had so many important memories for me. Some of my earliest memories, as a 5-6-year-old, were playing in the pub garden. So when you hear of that piece of history being destroyed, it literally. It just twigs at your heartstrings, and it was really, really, I think it was upsetting, and it brought back a lot of memories of, as I said, my childhood and my own parents. So I think it's part of British life, as part of the community and neighbourhoods. It's a very sad tale, to be honest with you.
And I could imagine you feel similarly to a lot of people who are hoping that one day the pub can be rebuilt exactly as it once was.
Yes, of course. I mean, that's going to be a huge undertaking. I'm not even sure how that would happen. But, I mean, the important thing for me is it is rebuilt, and it's rebuilt in exactly the same way. But as a secondary to that, and I know I can't say too much because of the ongoing case, but, one would hope that the custodians in place will look after it properly. Now, from what I believe, they weren't happy about having to rebuild it in its entirety. So I just hope there's going to be an appropriate trust or someone in place who will look after it, in future.
Absolutely. I know a lot of people would feel exactly the same as you. Before I let you go, Luke, we've done a lot this morning on the show about the weather. It's quite typical, to be fair. It's been raining a lot in the UK. How's Australia looking today? Go on, make us jealous. Go on.
Australia is 32 degrees. I've got the aircon on.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Luke.
But it's actually it's a little bit cold for me at the moment.
Oh, sorry.
I prefer sort of 37, 40 would be nice. But,
40 degrees? Are you crazy?
Yeah, I love it. No, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Luke Martin Jones, Luke Martin Jones, thank you so much for being here on the show this morning. I really appreciate you. Luke, all the way in Australia with his 32-degree heat, saying it's a little bit chilly. What is going on? Right, I've got music to play for